Okay, this is part 2, how to make your website look great. In the previous video, we covered a couple things. We covered up how to set up your hosting account. We covered registering a domain name and then pointing that domain to the hosting account, or that domain name to the hosting account. And then we installed WordPress. And now we're up to the next part here. And in this one, we're going to cover how to install a WordPress theme, how to add content to your website, how to set up an autoresponder, which is an automatic emailing system. So what we're going to do is, first thing we need to do is log into your WordPress site. And in order to do that, you just need to go to yourdomain.com, whatever your domain name is, /wp-admin, okay? And you go there and you're going to end up on a page like this. Now, what you want to do is enter your username, whatever you chose. I chose admin in this, and then your password. And hopefully you have a very strong password, and you're just going to click log in. Okay, and once you do that, you're going to end up on a page like this. Now, if you have any messages up here or updates, like over here, you're going to want to click on that. It says right here, though, that I do have the latest version of WordPress. If I didn't, all I'd have to do is click a button and it would update the latest version. Okay, so now that you're logged into your WordPress site, you're going to have you're going to see something that looks like this. We're going to talk about each one of these things on the side here in another video. But for right now, let's just take a look at what your site looks like right out of the box. You can just go over here and click on Visit Site. And it's going to look like this. Pretty unimpressive and pretty boring. Okay, so let's go back here, and I'm going to show you how to actually make this site look really good. You're going to want to go over here to Appearances and just click that. And WordPress comes installed with these three basic themes, okay? Now to add a new theme and to make it look really good, you just click right here, Add New Theme. And there are a lot of different themes. In fact, there are thousands of themes that you can choose from. There's only a few here that show it right here. You got your popular themes, and there's a few popular ones here. This keeps going and going and going and going and going and going and going. So you can choose any one of these themes to use on your WordPress site. Now, a lot of these themes could be a little bit difficult to kind of get in there and customize. So I got a couple ideas for you. You can certainly go in here and try any one of these themes and see how cool they are and see how they work for you. But if you see one of these themes that you absolutely love, then what you can do is simply go in and click Install. Okay, so we'll choose this one right here. And you can do a live preview if you want. It's going to show your website how it is. Okay, and see, that's how the site looks. Now you can see how different that looks compared to what you originally saw. So it looks a lot different than what you're actually seeing here because they have a lot of different elements that you haven't put in there yet. So let's look back at our themes here. And because we installed that, all we have to do is click Activate. And once it's activated, it's going to give you a couple ideas here. First of all, this theme recommends the following plugins. Okay, so you can go and you can install those plugins. Really simple to do. You can just click on each one of those, and it's going to give you the information on the plugin, and then you just click down here, Install Now. So I'll just do that. And then you click over here, Activate Plugin. And then you'll see over here under your plugins that it's installed. So now let's take a look at your site and see if it looks any different. So, it's kind of boring, doesn't really look that cool. It certainly doesn't look anything like you saw in the preview. And that's certainly because we haven't updated any of the information on here. So we're going to kind of have to go in here and choose the way that this looks. Now, sometimes you can save yourself a lot of time and frustration if you just go ahead and pay a little bit of money and get a premium theme. And let me show you what I'm talking about. One of the links below this video goes to this website right here. And you can get all of these themes for one low cost. And you can read exactly what they're all about and how much people like them and so forth and so on. But if you click up here to themes, you can see that they have many different themes here. And the cool thing about this is you can get a membership to the site, and you get all 69 themes, plus you get one new theme per month, all the plugins, uh, all of the layered Photoshop files, and so forth and so on. So this is one option for you. The other option is Elegant Themes, and this is a really great service as well. You can get access to their 87 themes for just $69, and they have a lot of great themes, and they show them. I like this site because it just shows you the themes that you can get here, and how cool they are. And it really depends on what type of website you're looking for. For instance, if you're in a business, you might want to choose one of these. If you're doing a multimedia type website, obviously you would click on that, and it shows you all these different types of themes. Just by clicking on any of these themes, you can actually see the live demo, and it'll pull it up here, and it'll show you exactly what the site looks like, and kind of how it is going to be laid out for you. And you can obviously change a lot of different things. It gives you options over here to see what it looks like. Kind of textures, you could put textures in there. A lot of different options, and really simple to install and use. Yeah, one other thing I wanted to mention as well is if you go to My Theme Shop and click right here, View All Themes, there's right here, if you click on top, there's 14 free ones. And one of the reasons why I like this is because of the documentation they give you as far as how to customize it. It's very easy to do. And also, if you hover over these, you can see exactly what they look like. Well, another thing that's kind of important is these themes are responsive. And what that means is, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let's use this as a demo here. And you'll see this is the demo site. Now watch what happens when I resize it. So if you're visiting the site, for instance, on a cell phone, it dynamically changes. Isn't that cool? And in fact, the menu bar at the top has changed as well. So I really like this site. So you know what? I'm going to use this site, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to click up here, download this free theme, and I got to register for a free account, so I'll do that right now. So once you log into your site, you're going to come back here, which is the what is this, the main page? Yes, the main page. And I'm going to choose one of these themes here. So we're going to choose this theme right here. And it's going to tell you how to do it. It says download the files below, and then go to the dashboard and upload the zip file and activate the theme. So it's simple enough, right? So we'll just do that. Okay, so now that we downloaded that theme, we're going to just add a new theme, and this is how you would do it if you're loading a theme from your computer. So you just click Add Theme, and you come up here and you click on Upload Theme, and then you choose the file right here on my desktop, and we'll just select Choose and click Install Now. And then we'll click Activate. And there we go. So it's all ready to go. And you can see over here, click this pin board. You can head over here to the knowledge base and dismiss that. We can change everything in here, and it makes it really simple to do this. Styling options, we can change the color scheme if we want. If we want to make it blue, we can do that. Now let's go take a look at this site. There we go. Not very impressive because we don't have anything in there. But once we do, it will actually look really good. Okay, so let's just go through what these items are here on the left first, and we'll get into all the different items here. So right here is your dashboard. It's going to give you a lot of great information on what's going on in your site. Kind of WordPress news down here, and you can move these things around if you want. You can just drag up here and drag this down here if you want to do a quick draft. You can move any of this stuff anywhere you want. And it's kind of cool because it gives you the most relevant information that you're looking for on your site. So if you want to put that up there, you can do that. Okay, so there's the dashboard. So it's giving you an overview of basically what everything is going on. Now clicking the home button brings you back to the same page here. Jetpack, you can kind of look at that, what that does. Next is the posts. Posts are used more for a blogging type site where the site is going to list the posts in chronological order, and you can add all of these things. You can add all posts. You can add a new post. You can create categories. So you can add as many categories as you want here. You can put slugs in here, a little basic description of that category. You can actually put them in, you can nest them below each one, right? And then your categories are going to show up here. Now that's important because when you're doing a actual post, if you click on add new here, you'll see that you can choose a category here, right? So far we only have one category. We can actually add a category right here. And then it'll automatically get chosen there. The next thing we're going to look at here is media. Now media is all of the videos or photos that are on your pages, and it can even be files if you wanted to. It's really simple to add media. You just click this button right here, and you'll come to this window here, and you can just drag files right on here. You can select files right from your computer. Really simple. Once you go to your library, it's going to list all the media that's been uploaded to the site. You can see here no media has been uploaded to the site for this particular site at this time. Next is pages. Now this is probably the most important part of your site. You can see here I created one that says our services. You can create as many pages as you want. Same with posts. The difference with pages and posts is pages are a static element on your site. In other words, most pages would be, on most websites, you're going to see pages like About Us, Contact Us, Our Services, Our Products. Those are items on your website that probably aren't going to change over time, whereas posts are updates on your website. Maybe you're releasing a new product, maybe you're releasing a new service, and you could put that on there just informing people that, hey, we have this new service, go check out this page, right? So it's really time relative on the posts area. The next thing down is comments. Now you can see here WordPress gives you an example comment here, and you can decide, and I'm going to show you this in a minute, whether you want these comments to be approved automatically or you can go in and approve them manually. It's completely up to you. Comments are cool because it gives a really good interaction to your website, but you sometimes have to be very careful with comments because there are a lot of spammers out there, and they'll use comments to spam your website, putting links to their stuff, and it's really not cool at all, but it does happen. Here are your widgets underneath themes, and I'll show you how these work in a few minutes, but on any page you can add widgets to the right side of your website, and it really depends on what theme you've chosen as to where these widgets will show up on your website, and we'll get into that a little bit later too. This is your menus. You can change your menu structure here in your pages. You can move them up or down depending on where they're going to show up on your top bar, and I'll show you that a little bit later. Now under more themes, you can choose all these different themes that are available. There are a ton of themes. There's add-ons, okay, that you can use and install. There's theme options. A lot of themes will sometimes have different layout options, colors, headers. As you can see, with this particular theme, there's a lot of different options here. Now, if I go back to themes here, and I choose this theme here, which is the one that's comes installed, and I come back down, you'll see that there's no theme options here because this theme really doesn't have any options. Unlike this one here, if I activate this theme, now there are theme options. So it really depends on what type of theme you're using in order to see that menu item. Now we're going to go to here, which is the background. This is basically the background of your website. You can choose any type of file you want, or you can choose an image. And then there's the editor. Now this editor, unless you're experienced, you probably don't want to mess with this too much, because all of these things on the right hand side here are things that are going to affect the way your website looks, and it's based on CSS, which is cascading style sheets. So unless you know a little bit about that, I wouldn't mess around with this too much. Next, you got your plugins. Now, plugins are things that you can actually plug into your website that have different functionality. Maybe you're collecting email addresses and you need a plugin to do that, or maybe you want a plugin that shows different photos on your website. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well. Users. This little link here is you can add users, obviously. You can change your profile. And when you add a user, you can do a lot of different things. You can give it a username, their email, first, last, website, and then you can give them a role. And this is kind of important here. You're either a subscriber, a contributor, author, editor, or administrator. Now, being the owner of the website, obviously, you are the administrator, which gives you unlimited ability to change everything on the site. Whereas a contributor, they can add things to the site. Maybe they can post. They can put posts on the site. You can be an author. Authors are allowed to create pages. And then there's the editor, which is somebody that's allowed to actually go in and edit and change the posts and pages. And then there's just a subscriber. Maybe somebody signs up as a subscriber because they want to comment on your website and they want to have their email address in there and maybe their website. Next, you have your tools here. This comes with a variety. This only comes with one tool out of the box. A lot of the plugins have tools that you can adjust here. Next, you have your settings, and there's a lot of different settings here. You got your general settings, and you can change this right here. Your site title, change it to tagline. So if you wanted to say that would be the title. Your WordPress URL. A lot of the times I like to change this to www, and the site address as well to www. Now the thing is this is once you change that, once you add the www on there and you say save changes, it's going to ask you to log in again. So I'm going to disregard that at this point. So you can have membership. Anyone can register. I wouldn't suggest doing that because you're going to have a spam problem. And a default role, date format, time format. All this stuff is pretty straightforward. Writing. And you can go through and look at all these things to find out exactly what you need to put in here. Now you're reading. Now this is where I like to use a static post for my page because when you're designing a website in WordPress, you want people to end up on the same page every time they go to your website. Now, if you don't have this set, it's going to default to your latest post, and that's up here. Okay, so what you really want to do is you want to have a static page. So when somebody clicks on your website, they end up on that page every single time. And as far as the post page, I mean, you could have a simple post that says something like, here are our latest posts, right? And then you would select that here. Next, you have your discussion. And you can look through each one of these. They're pretty straightforward. And then there's the media, which it'll give you thumbnail size and certain sizes for how you want your photos displayed. And you can always change these inside of a post itself or a page. And then there's the permalinks, which is pretty important. And that helps in things of your search engine optimization. So let me show you what I mean. You can see here it says our services. This is what that means. It's going to put this in the title bar of your website. And that's more important for search engine optimization and for people to able to makes it easier for people to find what they're looking for on your website. So that's why I would choose to use this post name. And then there's the WordPress Super Cache. And you can go through and look at this. I'm not going to get into this right now. It can be some complicated stuff if you don't know what you're doing. So at this point, you might as well just leave it alone.